What's up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Chicago Bulls fans, NBA fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. We're doing a live play-by-play reaction scoreboard game clock. And who's out on the floor over here will be listed as well. Welcome back, Victor Wembanyama. Hope you enjoyed your day off. The Spurs definitely need you. As fans, we need something to root for. And hopefully we can get a win or two, maybe here before the end of the year. Maybe 3. We play Portland twice. Getting a win against Chicago Bulls would be nice, considering we're playing against former teammate DeMar DeRozan. And just, getting a win once in a while would just feel good. I think the Bulls played last night, so they might be on a back-to-back, which should give our young guys an advantage. It should. Will it? I don't know. Caleb 5, Llama, Spur of the Moment, Kokoshibo, It Kills. Good evening to you. Let's get a win tonight. Selena, how are you doing tonight?
When you're ready, come and get it.
All right. Grogu in the house, hiding behind Selena. Matter of fact, I don't know what you're looking at when you're back there, but Coyote in the house as well, doing his thing. Happy for the Spurs. They'd be happier if they get a win. So, Spurs win will be great. It would be, Rez. I know people are like, oh, draft position. I'm like, look, the Pistons are going to be the worst team in the NBA no matter what. I can't see anybody being worse than them. They've lost, 24 in a row now, going for, I think, 25 tonight. I say, screw it, go for the record. I mean, if you go big or go home. You've already lost 24 in a row. The record is 28. Just get 5 more. Just make it an even 30. Get 6 more and call it a day. The Wizards we'll be a bottom 3 in the team, even if we win one here and there. So, I mean, and I just want morale. I don't want morale to get totally, destroyed with the losing. I don't want to see another 18-game losing streak. I'm sure none of you guys want to see that. Good evening, Isabel, Alele Spurs, and hello to everyone. Marco, hello from France, from the United States, but hello. They're seen there in France. Wemby is in. He's playing. The Giants have 2% of making the playoffs somehow. 2%. So you're saying there's a chance. Bonjour. Oh boy, I can't read the rest of that, so I'm not going to try to. Get the popcorn out. We're going to be competitive. I hope so. By the way, good evening, Zach. Good evening, Mike Smith, Daniel Barry, Jack Squirty, and Kyle. Good evening to you. How are you doing? Rico, thank you for stopping in. I do like rolling my R's for the record. We were closer than I thought when we went up against the Bucks without Wemby. I will... Score-wise, yes. But the Spurs took a 2-0 lead, and then the Bucks went up 18-3 or 19-3, and then the game was never... It was never out of a question there was never... They felt there was a chance that the Bucks were going to win that. If we had Wemby, though, would we have played better? I would assume we would have. And it would have been nice to see Wemby go into Giannis. We were robbed of that, unfortunately. So next time they play, hopefully both players are good to go. That's probably the thing I worry about the most for the moment is the locker room morale. How are these guys handling the losing? Some of our guys have been on this team for 2, 3, 4 years, and all they've known is losing. And then you get Victor Wembanyama, and you think, we're going to be even better. We'll be better than last year. And right now, they're not better than last year. They're actually worse. And a player like Wemby, who's used to winning, is now coming to a franchise where he's losing and not necessarily taking advantage, putting him in the best position to succeed. I hope that's, not messing up here. By the way, Wemby, December 8th versus the Bulls, had his first career 2020 game. It was only 2020 game. Can he do it again tonight? That would be great. Yes, former San Antonio Spur, DeMar DeRozan is playing tonight. Asia Babe, good evening to you. Victor Wembanyama's in the chat, and I'm going a little old school today. I got the old Spurs hat on to try to make me some good juju going. Also got a San Antonio Spurs champs. This is, I think, for our 3rd one. I can't read it. It's upside down, but I think it's the 3rd one. So trying to get some good vibes going somehow. Not that I have any influence whatsoever on the game, but going to try anyway. The key to winning, I would say, is score more than your opponent. Rod, chances of winning. The Bulls have been playing well lately. I still think we can win this game, but we're going to have to play almost a perfect game. Wemby's got to play well. Kellen's got to play well. Devon's got to play well. We're going to need a lot of guys to step up and get 15, 20, 25 points. Although Jackson said the real key winning. Don't let the Bulls get a quick lead that we're stuck chasing the entire game. Don't play like crap in the 3rd quarter. Although the Spurs against the Bucks actually played well in the second half. I believe we had the same amount of points as they did. The problem was the first quarter. They got such a hot start, got ahead of us, and never looked back. Brian, good evening to you. Rhonda, good evening to you. Lyrical News, hey, having a good day until now. No, I'm still having a good day. Whether the Spurs win or lose, I will, I'll be happy. I'd be happier with the win. But the Spurs don't affect me in life. They affect my hobby very much, as in this YouTube channel. Because when the Spurs are playing well, which they really haven't since this channel started, the channel grows, more people come in, people are having fun. And when it's just losing, it could be a little more negativity, a little more tank talk. People might be as interested. It makes it tough. That being said, people that are fan of the team, whether they win or lose, are going to be here. I'll be here. You'll be here. And let's just hopefully we have a good night tonight and a win. And if it's not a win, at least a competitive game. Rich and fair, every number one pick is probably from a good program going to a bad team. Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, Wemby. Well, yeah, if you're number one pick overall, you're probably going to a bad team. And the Spurs have been bad. I still think better times are ahead. I did think we'd be better than we are so far this year, but the season's still young. We could hit a stride and maybe win 3-4 games in a row at some point and turn a quarter. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. I don't think we're going to make the play-in. But maybe we can have a respectable, 2/3 left of the season and start playing just a little bit better. I don't mind losing. Yes, it's the blowouts that hurt. It's the games where you feel like you're never in it. And that's what kind of sucks, is when you watch the game and it feels like it's over at halftime or sometimes over in the first quarter. Jay Money, good evening to you. Rod, I hope so too. Thank you, Kokoshiwa. I really appreciate that. I try to be a beacon of positivity. It's difficult when there's a lot of negativity following the team right now because of the losing. And, I'll address it sometimes. Some people have asked, you need to do more videos about, getting rid of Pop and this, that, and the other and get rid of players. I'm like, I can only do so many of those videos. I don't want to beat a dead horse either. I've done one video about Pop already. I've done 2 videos probably about Kellen getting traded. It feels like Kellen Johnson trade rumors come up every year right around this time, and he's still a Spurs. So until he actually gets traded now, I'm just not even gonna address it. What's good is that you'll still that smile energy, although they're not. It's not easy. It's not easy. But I love the team, and quite frankly, the last decade, I'm used to my teams playing bad. The San Antonio Spurs, the New York Giants, both have just been a mess let me back that up. The Spurs the last 5 years, the Giants the last decade. And he's got to take it in stride, and at some point, hope things get better. I don't know what's going to happen with my Giants in the future, since they're a mess. I don't know who our franchise guy is. It's not Saquon Barkley anymore. He might not even be on the team next year. With the Spurs, at least, I see a light at the end of the tunnel. I truly believe Wemby's going to be, if he progresses the way we think he is and stays healthy, a Hall of Famer like the 2 gentlemen behind me. I think he'll have a long, illustrious career with the Spurs. It's just the pieces around him I'm not sure on yet. Kellen has games where it looks like Spur for life. He has games that make you go, or he has games where you kind of scratch your head both ways. The game we lost to the Bucks, Kellen was fantastic attacking the rim. I think he had 12 rebounds as well. But then he had 5 turnovers too. So it's like he was doing so much good in the game, and then he had that too. And it's just there's the good and the bad. And the same thing with Devin Vassell. When Devin is on, he's hitting every shot from everywhere. But then when he's off, he's not really producing much out there. Our guys need to find consistency. And so far, that's been one big problem with the Spurs the last few years, is nobody can put together it night in, night out. DeMar could when he was here. To his credit, DeJounte could. His all-star season. Since then, it's like a yo-yo, up and down. Even Victor, offensively, has been up and down this year. Defensively, he's been pretty much a stud for most of the year, but offensively, he's been up and down. So we just can't find any consistency whatsoever. We're about as consistent as Jello. Lama, good evening to you. I've probably missed a lot in the chat while I was going on a long tirade there. The Rockets are competitive. Lots of draft picks. Good coach. That'll do it. White, Caruso, DeRozan, Williams, and Vucevic for... Okay, that's the Bulls. That's, I think, what a starting lineup I had. And actually, it is. Levine's out for at least a few more weeks, right? Alexis, good evening to you. Kyle, I hope the Pistons get to 30. Oh, the heck with it. Weird one, but how did Chicago get related to Bulls? I don't know. The Giants should draft Jaden Daniels. Isn't he going to be like a top 3 pick, Zach? And I don't think we're in the top 3 anymore. James, good evening to you. And then again, we see players move around and shift depending on team needs. So who the heck? Maybe they could draft a quarterback. The problem is they already have a quarterback making, I think, $40 million a year. And who knows, they may be ready to go next season. So they got problems. Wemby is playing, William. Wemby is playing. Freed, good evening to you. Zach Levine Laker rumors? I believe when I see it. A lot of people are saying that DG4, good evening. A lot of people are saying they like Derek White back. It wouldn't hurt for us to have one veteran that can really be El Capitan. And no disrespect to Doug McDermott, but I don't think he's really that guy. Somebody like a Patty Mills, a Derek White. I think that's more what we need, and neither one of them are on the roster, so it doesn't matter. Players are on the court, so the game should be starting off any moment, and as usual, away we go. The Clippers have won 9 straight? Well, hot diggity darned. I don't understand why this changes so... Whoops. This thing changes sizes all the time. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small. It's like a penis. What did I say? Bulls win the tip-off. This is in Chicago. Alex Caruso will start off, getting it on over to P. Will. P. Will to Vucevic. Vucevic will be one-on-one with Wemby. That'll be the matchup tonight. I like Wemby starting at center. Just hope he doesn't get hurt in any way, shape, or form. Vucevic jumper in the paint, no good. The may have been partially blocked. Wemby's going to bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Gets up the court quickly. Dumps it off. That's a nice little thunder dunk for Mr. Branham.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Speaking of consistency, I'd like to see some consistency out of Malachi Branham. We really need it. Vucevic for 3. That is no good. Jeremy Sohan grabs the rebound for the Spurs. Franco, greetings from Argentina. Wemby with the ball right now. Maybe a little... Oh, he's going to pull up for 3. Yeah, back rim, no good. Alex Caruso with the rebound. 11 minutes to go. Bulls are down 2-0. We're going to have a... Oh, I thought Kobe White was going to shoot a 3. Fake me out. That corner 3, though, is no good. And that was Patrick Williams with the 3. Devin Vassell. Kobe White, man, he's got great hair. Can we just take a second here and say Kobe White has phenomenal hair? My girlfriend actually said she would not date somebody with that hair because she would not want to date somebody that has better hair than she does. I thought that was kind of funny. Wemby misses a pull-up jumper, and Bulls team's looking a little ragged offensively. Caruso pick and roll with Vucevic into the paint, and the bounce pass is tipped by Wemby. That's a turnover for the Bulls. Kellen Johnson brings up the court for San Antonio, drives in the paint, gets it to Sohan. Sohan's going to run in the paint and run right back out. Gets it out to Devin Vassell for 3. The 3 is no good. Wemby with the offensive board, and we're going to have a foul on somebody. Yeah, but just the tip, Frege. Levine to the Kings makes more sense. They're another solid player away from really competing. Plus, I don't like the Lakers. Okay. Fair enough. Non-shooting foul, it is Spurs. Well, for those of you that watched it, I hope you enjoyed the Draymond Green's punch-out short I put up today. Branham drives in the paint, gets the layup. It was fun making that. It was ridiculous. I figured, maybe I could do more silly stuff like that in the future with other NBA players. Probably won't troll the Spurs, but maybe just troll other organizations. DeRozan's going to drive baseline, gets to the Vooch for the little jumper. Good. And the Bulls are finally on the board, 4-2 after 2+ minutes of no scoring. Gabriel, good evening to you. Wemby with the ball again, 14 on the shot clock, way out on three-point land. Right for the over to Devin Vassell. Vassell with the pick and roll. Back to Branham for 3. Malachi off to a dang good start, 7-2. Yes, he is, Zach. I hope he gets... Yeah, I made fun of him a little bit in the video today, or a lot. That being said, I hope he gets help if he hasn't already. Turnover for the Bulls. Spurs playing some D. Vassell sprints up the court, gets it up to Branham. Branham's pass is a little too far ahead of him. The Spurs are going to turn the ball right back over. I don't want to see Draymond Green ever hit somebody again. I'm not rooting for that. The dude, seriously, he's got an issue. I think I saw a video earlier today where he knocked the crap out of Jordan Poole, who I think was his teammate at the time. I was like, what is wrong with him? He's clearly got anger issues, temper, whatever it may be. You just hope that doesn't boil over and he does something, to somebody that puts him in the hospital, if you will. Caruso drives in the paint, gets it over Wemby. Nice layup, 7-4. Nice job by Alex Caruso.
You can't stop him, but you can only hope to contain him.
Wemby with the kind of an alley-oop to Kellen. Kellen with the jumper in the paint. It's good and 1. Didn't end up being an alley-oop, but he did get the ball in the paint and finish the jumper. And Spurs have a chance at a 3-point play. Devin does have great hair too. And William, yes, I believe Devin is her favorite player right now, which is why I got her a jersey. I don't hate the Lakers. I just hate how they've operated the last few years. When they brought in Russell Westbrook and tried and dumped all their good players, their defensive players, their young players, That kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and it backfired big time. That super team with Davis, LeBron, and Westbrook didn't even make the play-in. That's like the biggest busto super team in the history of history. I blame LeBron more than the Lakers on that. I use La GM. He will pull up jumper, swish. 10-6. Webby's in, Jay. Webby's playing. P. Mark, good evening to you. Kate, Phil, we'd have to give up a lot. I saw that. It's not a rumbling. It's these trade rumors you got to be careful with because it's an NBA analyst making up a trade, and then somebody reviews a trade, and then it becomes a trade rumor when it's actually not a trade rumor at all. I see these a lot. I try to avoid them. That pull-up three is no good by Vooch, but it's just somebody making up a trade, and then all of a sudden it becomes a rumor when it has no gravitas. I saw that Cade Cunningham article, and I don't see it happening. Believe it when I see it. Calling into the paint, off the glass, good, and that's a bucket for the Spurs. They are now up 12-6. Off to a decent start at the moment. Got DeRozan taking a three? Yes, it is, and he made it. Well, then. The Clippers are very much doing the super team thing. Yes, that's without a doubt, Kyle. They're all in. Demisel straight up three off the front of the rim, no good. Yes, Fred Shiro, I would like to see both tonight as well. By the way, if you guys not hit the thumbs up, please do so. It does help the channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you like and subscribe. Caruso pull-up jumper, no good. Wemby with the rebound. 12-9, 7 minutes ago. Wemby will bring it up for the Spurs. Drops it off to Devin. Devin's pull-up jumper, no good. That's one thing I'll say about Devin. They took a point away from the Bulls, so maybe I put one too many on. It's 12-8. My apologies. And now a whistle, and we're going to have our first timeout. Devin, I'd like to see him get his teammates a little more involved. He's very, very, very much a shoot-first player right now and not even looking for his teammates in any shape or form. I believe he's averaging under 3 assists a game right now this year, which is kind of crazy when you consider the Spurs, I think, are still leading the NBA in assists per game. Yeah, Malachi's playing very well. Son of Scar, good evening. I wouldn't want Katie's more of a shooting guard than a point. Well, we don't need another shooting guard. Robert says, how possibly you think this game is a win? I think it's like, that sounds good. Yeah, Phil, not trolling you, by the way, but as somebody that looks for trade rumors, I'm noticing more and more that one person suggests a trade, and then, next thing you know, multiple sites are covering it, and it slowly turns into a trade rumor, which it's not. I don't think Cade Cunningham's coming here. Even the guy that did the analysis said we'd have to give up multiple picks and things would have to change in Detroit. It's extremely unlikely. And DeMar's been a little bit with the three. He has. Lee's handled because Detroit effed up on building around him. He has no one he can shoot. Well, Detroit's a mess. That is a perfect example of a mismanaged franchise. While our Spurs certainly have a lot of issues of their own, Detroit has been a mess for a while, keeps getting draft pick after draft pick, and can't seem to get it together whatsoever. I hope Clippers get destroyed because I hate Harden more than Kawhi. I hope Harden never gets a ring. Wow! How do you really feel? What's up with LA? The Dodgers now they are former super team in the Dodgers, yes. Hey, Carlos, good. For the second time? Oh, did I miss you earlier, Carlos? Did you come in early? Oh, there you are. Oh, I missed you. I'm sorry. Well, good evening to you. Yes, Cecil, this is a winnable game. I'm hoping, good vibes from the classic San Antonio Spurs gear. We are the champions no more. 'Cause the last time we won ended in a 4. I don't know, whatever. Good evening, Toby. Ricardo. I wish big shots. Yes, Kokushibo. I wish his shot selection was much more closer to the rim. That's probably my two biggest criticisms of his game so far, and it's hard to really criticize when he's a 19-year-old rookie. Still, if I'm being, just watching his game, got to limit the turnovers a little more. Expected his turnover rate to be kind of high because of his height this year. And then just the shot selection. He takes a lot of threes, and a high-volume three-point shooter is fine if they're hitting them. But Steph Curry, he is not. He's hitting, I still believe, under 30% of his threes for the year, and he shouldn't be taking over 5 a game if he's hitting at that clip. It is Bulls ball, by the way. Under 7 minutes to go. They are down 12-8 if you're just listening. One of my other favorite players for the Bulls has checked in, Mr. Ayo. Booch is open for a jumper. Zach Collins has checked in. And Wemby's out already. Well, the classic pop pulling Wemby out with... And now I can't see the 5th player on the Bulls. I just realized that. I am so... Whoops. I can't see anybody. I gotta get shrinkage going again. Sorry, Ayo. There we go. I think Jeremy Sohan just hit a 3. We hit a 3 and he showed Sohan, so Sohan hits a 3. He hadn't been getting better at that this year and then really hit a brick wall. Hopefully he can turn that around. And that's one thing I'm really disappointed at this year is not only Jeremy Sohan experiment was a bomb. P. Will to pull up jumper good. But he hasn't progressed at all. I think that point guard experiment really threw his game off because he showed such promise last year and we haven't seen that this year. Turnover Spurs. Kobe White going to bring it up for Chicago into the paint. Bit of a Euro step. And almost turns the ball over. Spurs get back in the transition D. 15-12. Spurs up by 3. P. Will going to pull up for 3. Off the rim. No good. Brandon with the rebound. Gets it up to Sohan. 5.5 minutes to go. Zach Collins with the ball right now in the post. Zach, one of those that men vary up and down this year. Kelvin going to launch a 3 after the pass. No good. James Harden will be a Laker in April. What? Yeah, the Golden State Warriors, correct me if I'm wrong, they are not playing well lately, are they? Kobe White drives the paint, throws up the layup over Zach Collins. Nice job using his body to shield off Zach. That layup is good, 15-14. Oh, it really did, Toby. It did. You think so, Lyrical News? Collins wide. Oh, yeah, you aren't kidding. Collins wide open for 3. Nobody near him. Hits the corner 3. They beat Boston. All right. That's something. Kobe White pull up from the free throw line. Good. 18-16. Golden State has no defense. Well, defense wins you games. The sell with the ball right now for the Spurs. Toss it over to Sohan. Sohan. A little one-on-one with Ayo. Drives in the paint. Little turnaround pull-up J. No good. Gets his own miss. Tosses out to Devin. Devin back to Kelvin. There's 8 on the shot clock. Kelvin drives in the paint. Bit of a Euro step and gets mauled. Gets the ball back. This time he gets fouled, and he's probably going to the line for 2. No, they don't have any big men. And they don't have Draymond, which not really a big man, but he's part of the small ball rotation. I said this at the start of the season. I think the Golden State Warriors' window of opportunity to win a championship is closing fast. Their best players are north of 30. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. And Klay's not Klay anymore after those 2 injuries. Steph's getting older. You can't keep asking players that are essentially past their prime to carry a team. I've said that about LeBron. I'll give the man credit for how well he's played this year and last year at his age. But the Lakers can't be, and you're seeing AD step up now. Who, by the way, why does he roll his ankle every game now, it seems like? But you can't ask him to go out there and keep averaging 25 to 30 a game. Eventually your body slows down. Kelvin missed them both. Come on, Kelvin. Spurs get the offensive board. Follow-up 3 by Devin is no good. And now another whistle. He had lost his 3 for a long time, Adrian. Talking about other teams' defense, have you seen ours? No, Victor, I have not seen our defense because it does not exist. As a Lakers LeBron fan, we're not doing our job. It's not LBJ fault as a whole team in Turkey Ham. Who's Turkey Ham? Sohan was our best finisher last year. This is going to be Bulls ball. Sohan's ability to finish this year, I don't know what's up with him. He has not finished at the level that he did last year. He was a lob threat. He was dunking all the time. And now this year, for obvious reasons, Wemby's our number 1 finisher at the rim. Nice steal by Trey Jones. Gets it up to Osman. We've had a lot of substitutions. Osman, Euro step in the paint. Throws up a crazy layup. No good. He's going to draw the foul and go to the line for 2 as the refs are getting very whistle happy as of late. Is Drummond in there? Well, yes, he is. Andre Drummond is in there. It is consistent at one thing. Unfortunately, it's getting injured. Great player when he's healthy, Kyle. Yes, injured often. Barring a trade or major free agent signing, the Warriors title window looks over. I would agree. They need like Kevin Durant to go back there. Osmond's first free throw good in. Props to Chetty Osman. He's been playing fantastic the last, 4 or 5 games off the bench, playing with energy, really doing a good job driving to the rim. He's one of the few bench guys that's been very consistent for us. He's never mind bench, just one of the few players overall who's been consistent. Darvin Ham, Turkey. Okay. The coach, I honestly forgot his name. So you don't like the ham. The ham is no good. Norma, good evening to you. Mariner Mendoza and Jem Godric Mendoza, happy birthday and happy holidays to everybody. Kobe White 3-point, no good. Thank you for stopping in, Norman. Hope you all enjoy your day. And did enjoy your day. Collins is wide open in the paint and throws up a layup. I'll get ready to yell Thunder Dunk of Justice. I got faked out. You need a Thunder layup of Justice. Yes, I do remember Stanley Johnson. We had a Kelman Johnson, a Stanley Johnson. Didn't we have like an Elise Johnson too? You were at the game, Jay Money? Nice. I should have known you'd be at the game. Master Hughes. Like the name. Who to draft in 24? A good player. If the Spurs have a top 3 pick, the 2 names I keep hearing the most are Alexander Sarr. Because a lot of Spurs fans want the Eiffel Towers. We had the Twin Towers. Now Spurs fans be thinking the Eiffel Towers with 2 French players that are over 7 feet tall. And I get that. Who's running the point if we do that? Who the hell's in our starting lineup? Wemby, Sarr, Devin, Kelman, and Sohan? Or are we point guard Sohan again? Are we point guard Johnson, point guard Vassell? One of those guys go on the bench? We still won't have a point guard. Now, if they draft Isaiah Collier, another name I hear a lot on the channel, then our starting lineup would be Wemby, Sohan, Kelman, Devin, and Collier. I think I'd rather go with that unless they can sign a point guard or trade for a point guard in the offseason or now before the All-Star break. Maybe if we got, I don't know, Tyrese Halliburton, I guess I'd be okay with Sarr then. Wemban Dancer needs to be... Wemban Dancer. We have a lot of second-round picks. We have a lot of first-round picks and even more second-round picks. I absolutely do want Sarr. Too slow on defense, just like Collins and Wemby. Oh, that's not going to help us then. Controversial take. I think Pop could make Bobo a better player. I don't see him coming to the Spurs. It wouldn't take much to get him. He's even playing in Phoenix right now. I think it'd be good to keep Chetty on the team. I've said this before on our channel. I think he's going to be Doug McDermott's replacement. I see Dougie not staying with team after this season, and Osman hopefully re-upping for a couple of years. Forbes, Vassell, KJ, Sohan, Wemby, Forbes, as in Brandon Forbes? Is that the Forbes you're talking about? What's the only Forbes I know? Keep hearing that. Yes, I've heard Topic too. I haven't researched him yet, Nikola Topic. I should look into him. You guys have mentioned him before, and I haven't looked him up. I looked up Collier and Sarr, but I haven't looked up Nikola Topic. We should trade Collins. I'd be fine with a Zach Collins trade. Well, no disrespect to Zach. Yeah. I would be very 100%. I mean, I like him, but he's clearly not a starter. All right, I'm looking at a call topic scouting report on the next stoppage of play. Chicago's 8 of 11 from 2-point land, but they're over 5 from 3-point land. Spurs up by 6. That's another missed 3 for the Bulls. They are not hitting their threes at all. Is Wemby back in the game? Nope. Trey Jones with the ball right now for San Antonio. Drives in the paint. Out to Osman. 14 on the shot clock. Drops it off to Dougie. Back to Osman for 3. Ooh, that was an ugly, ugly shot. Veronica! Dougie's number was retired from where? His college, I'm guessing? Not the San Antonio Spurs did not retire his number. I had a question for you guys. The Lakers hung up and Carlos is not to troll the Lakers because I certainly am interested in your opinion. The Lakers put up an in-season tournament banner next to their NBA championship banners. Seems like feelings are mixed on that. Do you guys think that's a good move, or it doesn't belong up there with, I don't want to say real championships, but you know what I mean by real championships. Personally, I know the NBA is promoting it, and they want to push it up for the fans. I would have done something to honor the championship. I don't think I'd put up a banner with those other banners, personally. And a fight for the ball in the paint. Finally, the Bulls get a shot off. And now a whistle? Bunch of Spurs and Bulls fighting the paint. Drummond finally got the shot off, and now we have a stoppage in play. His traffic cone, but his offensive upside is high. Topic is a traffic cone. Oh, jeez. His offensive upside is high, and he's also very young. So he's a traffic cone on defense. So he's a turnstile. Yes, Lyrical News. Victor Wembanyama is in the chat while on the bench in the game. Drummond with a little turnaround J in the paint. Good. 22-18. A little 2 minutes ago in the game. Oh, Phil, I didn't know that. I turn around and I see the Spurs miss a long three. That was quick. I think the players' reaction to the banner being raised said it all. I was like, okay. That's kind of how I felt. I know Lakers fans are ecstatic, but like it's not a ring. It's an accomplishment. Can't take it away from them, but it's not a ring. We trash right now. The way they're playing it can make found that banner the curse for a while. Carlos, how do you really feel? There you go, Adrian. Maybe a plaque, maybe, celebrate it. I get celebrating it. You're the first to do it. But don't put it up there next to your own championship banner with AD and LeBron. Or the banners that Kobe got. Shaq and Kobe. Magic. Kareem. You know what I mean? To me, it doesn't belong with that stuff. That's my take on it. Does not belong with that. Or, put the banner on the wall somewhere. Just not up there. Not up there. That's 2 free throws for the Bulls as I went on a little bit of a rant there. Veronica, nobody thought the Spurs were going to make the finals. I shouldn't. Dougie with the ball right now. Over to Osman. 22-20. Minute 45 to go in the first quarter. Osman turns the ball over. Alex Caruso is going to chase down the loose ball. Drives in the paint. Gets the layup. Got a tied game. 22-all. Spurs try to get the ball up the court quickly. Kelvin going to drive in the paint. I think his shot got blocked. Collins with the loose ball. Put back good. The Lakers should have put an emblem on the court. Oh, an emblem on the court actually is not a bad idea, Phil. That would have been a good idea. An emblem on the court. I like that. It's not up to me, though. Drummond with the bucket in the paint and one. Although with his free throw shooting, probably going to be an and none. We'll see. Spurs fan, good evening to you. Love him or hate him. Zach's been show. Adrian, just Zach is generally terrible defensively for a center. I think he's a good backup center. He's a stretch 5. He's just not a starter, at least not with our team. Free throw is, and none. Didn't make it, as expected. Dog Shea, good evening to you. Beal got injured on his first game back. And now another turnover of the Spurs as I looked away at Caruso. Fast break layup, he missed it! And what's happening with these turnovers? I literally look away for half a second and we're turning the ball over again. Kelvin runner in the paint off the glass, good. Seriously. I literally go like this, look at you guys, and look back. Spurs have already turned the ball over. Ridiculous. DeRozan drives in the paint. Turn around, Jay. Short. And Drummond got held. We're going to have another foul. Taz Lope, good evening to you. Zach is playing worth his contract. There's some French in the chat. I do not read French, so I hope you guys are having a nice conversation. Rich, any plans of going to the Spurs at Boston game next month? Miss TSR talked about that, William. We could go. It's local. I should look into how much tickets are these days. I can't imagine they're as high as they were at the start of the season. The Wemby hype has died now. Maybe not the Wemby hype's died now, but people's desire to see the Spurs is certainly not there at all. So we'll see. We turn the ball way too much, Toby. That's a good question, William. Did Drummond just make both of them? Holy crap. Blind squirrel finds a nut, right? Trey Jones with the ball right now for the Spurs, and he turns it over. What's going on? Foul by Osman on the other end, just lost his dribble on the nut. How many turnovers do we have like in the last few minutes? I agree, just think about it. Kobe once said, the job is not over, and I think they're overreacting about these NBA Cups. I mean, hands down, they were the best in the Cup, but think this. What now? Yeah. If you win the East Season Tournament and you don't do anything in the playoffs, you know what people are going to remember? The nothing you did into the playoffs, not your in-season tournament plaque, whatever. 2 free throws for the Bulls. The first one is no good. Don't go just to see Wemby pop my... I go to see the Team Spurs fan. I don't want to go just to see Wemby because who knows? That could be a game. There's always a chance he doesn't play. Second free throw is good. Bulls retake the lead. 27-26. I don't know who that was at the line for the Bulls. I don't know Terry and Phillips. They're not on my little cheat sheet here, so my apologies. Zach Collins just gets leveled. Another foul. The referees are calling a lot of fouls in this game. Howdy, Roy. Good evening to you. Let me show you. You're ravishing Rick rooting it there. I see it. Joe Conman, good evening to you. Take a shot on every turnover. No. Your English is fine, Carlos. Your English is 100 times better than my Spanish. Mi español no bueno. Mi español puñeta. I don't even know if that's right. Go see the Spurs, lose to the Celtics. Probably. That's likely what would happen. And I hate driving to Boston. And if the tickets were $400, $500 each, I don't think I want to spend that much money drive to Boston to possibly see the team lose. I'd rather just stay at home and hang out with you guys and watch them lose. Both free throws good for Zach. Bulls can hope for the final shot. Both teams 5 of 7 from the line. And a close game. Hopefully it stays this way throughout the whole duration. DeMar DeRozan drives in the paint. Gets to the Drummond. Drummond gets blocked on his dunk. Osman half-court shot is nowhere close. Not sure it would have counted even if it went in. Spurs have a 1-point lead going into the second. We'll take it. I'll take any lead. I mean, I'll take anything at this point. At least didn't issue an instant tournament rings. Oh, God. I'm sorry, the other night I talked to you trash, but you don't know I'm in it. You talk trash to me? Oh, hey, Roy. Oh, Roy. I thought you said me for them. Like, wait, what? My only Spanish is the bigger the... Rich, I think Zach LaVine is going to be a Laker. And when the Lakers become desperate, they'll do it. I mean, they thought Russ was going to be there. I don't think they have any draft capital to keep trading. Do they have anything to offer to trade for someone like Zach LaVine? Aren't the Lakers pretty lean on picks over the next few years? I honestly don't know, but I don't believe... No in-season rings. So I want to look up Nikola Topic real quick. I'm looking at his draft report from Sports Illustrated from October 8th. 6'6", 200-pound guard from Serbia. All right, looks like he's got a little size to him. One of the inner prospects in the upcoming class. He'll be only 18 on the night of the draft. Been on the radar for several years now. Blah, 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 blah. Big lead guard whose blend of pace, craft, basketball IQ, playmaking, and scoring scream NBA appeal. He's a fantastic passer with the high assist rate and makes very advanced reads. With either hand, he makes some very difficult passes and sees many things others at his age wouldn't. His ability to beat his primary defender allows him to attract help defenders on drives, which he can exploit with drive and kick passes to open teammates. He also scores when needed. He's shown the ability to do it efficiently. His combination of a 6'6" size, strong frame, and speed with the ball in his hands make him hard to stop in transition and allows him to create advantages nearly at will in the half court with his quick first step. When he gets to the rim, he finishes well with both hands. Smooth jumper, very smart prospect. He tends to find himself in the right place at the right time. This is one of the reasons, along with the size for a guard, that he's an effective positional rebounder defensively. Topic has the IQ to make the right plays and uses his size well. He's certainly not a lockdown defender, but has the tools to hold his own on that end moving forward. Topic is extremely versatile and can do different things on any given night to help his team win. One night it would be scoring load, the next could be just a distributor. Really what it comes down for Topic is his ability to adjust to the NBA's increased level of physicality, speed, and athleticism, something Wemmy's adjusting to right now. He has the tools to emerge as a really solid player at the level, but there's certainly still improvement that needs to be made. So he seems like, I mean, everything sounds good. Of course, scouting reports always sound good. Does it translate to the actual NBA game? Well, we'll find out. Quarter number 2, my friends. Spurs will start us off. Well, thank you for that, Isabel. I appreciate that. Whenever everybody says drop the thumbs up in the chat, really do appreciate you guys taking the time to do that. Wemby is back in the game, which you probably already know because he's right over there. And that's a 3 for Julian Champagny. Champagny actually getting some actual playing time. Maybe pop figures with Champagny in there. 3-point shooter out there with Wemby might help the floor spacing a little bit. Alex Caruso is going to drive to the paint, throws up the layup, and it's good. I say Riemans and Hachimuragan. You mean Reeves? I don't know the Lakers roster that well. Trey Jones drives to the paint, throws it up off the glass, and good. 33-29. Alex Caruso will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Appreciate y'all hanging out here on a Thursday night. And looking forward to the long weekend myself. Pull-up J is good. Caruso starting to heat up a bit. I have a 3-day weekend myself. Didn't take next Tuesday off, but I'm going to enjoy the 3 days. I'm going to enjoy the 3 days. Now we're going to have a foul on the Bulls. Non-shooting foul. If I were the Spurs, I would not pull trigger on free agents unless it was Doncic, Fox, or Halliburton. Tyrese is not going anywhere. I can't see that happening. Pistons 84, Jazz 84. The Pistons might win a game. My best friend's a Jazz fan. Actually, I have 2 friends that are Jazz fans. My buddy Ken and my buddy Jeff. Spurs could consistently select 2. Yes, William, they could. They have the Raptors pick, which is top 6 protected. So the Raptors finish 7th or 8th in the draft. And some loose ball shenanigans for the Spurs, and that's another turnover. Kellen trying to get it to Jeremy, didn't quite work out. And I don't know how many turnovers we have, but it feels like a lot. I feel like I've been saying another turnover by the Spurs a lot lately the last few minutes. I feel like a broken record. Caruso with the ball again. He's been feeling it the last few minutes. I don't know who that is for Chicago right now, have the ball. No hair guy, I guess. DeRozan just going to launch the shot with the clock running down. Was that a 3? Yep. I don't know if his foot was on the line. Apparently not. Bulls retake the lead on the DeMar DeRozan 3. It's a second 3 tonight. Not known for his 3-point shooting, but he's had a couple up against us. Wemby with the ball. Wemby pulls up. Shot no good. And has Wemby made a bucket tonight? I feel like he hasn't. He had a 20-20 game against the Bulls last time. Youngest player in NBA history to do so tonight. I don't think he's got it going on the offensive end yet. That's a huge dunk in the paint for Andre Drummond. 7-0 run for the Bulls. The Pop's going to call a timeout. Yes, loose ball shenanigans. Vincent, greetings to you. The Spurs want Cade Cunningham. I say Doug McDermott, Devontae Graham, Trey Jones, Zach Collins. I think it would take a lot of first-round picks, J Money, as well. If I'm the Lakers, I would go after DeMar over Levine if I was given the opportunity. DeMar, I think, has said he wanted to play with LA in the past, so that's certainly something that might happen. A friend of mine is a Jazz fan, too. Really hope Detroit doesn't win. I know. Oh, my gosh. If Detroit actually gets a win against the Jazz, I will be sad. Yeah, Phil, has he scored? Victor Wembanyama. Wemby's got 0. 2 rebounds, 3 assists. He's 0 for 3 from the floor, 0 for 1 from three-point land. Wemby has not scored and only 2 boards. Yeah, he's having he's not having one of his best games so far. I wonder if the ankle's bothering him. He did miss a game due to an ankle injury. I'm going to SeatGeek Celtics and Spurs tickets right now. We're in a timeout, so why not? When do they play? You guys said what, in a month? Oh, it's December 31st. Holy crap, it's the last game of the year. Or, yeah, last game of the year. Alrighty, let's zoom in on the court. Let's see how much it costs to sit away behind the away team. Visitors, there we go. Alright, so I sat behind the Spurs when I was in San Antonio twice, 4 rows and 6 rows back, respectively. I'm looking at 6 rows back, it's 583. Actually, row 10 is 356. Then you have the fees too, what, like 50 to $100. So it looks like if we get the tickets I'm used to, it would be about probably $900 to $1,000 to go for 2 people. We move up a little bit. These tickets aren't horribly priced. All right, so I see tickets for in the 230s. See, these tickets don't look too bad. How many are there? 2? Tickets for 170. All right, so I mean, it's, there's some. This could be something I just kind of keep an eye on, and as we get closer to the game, if ticket prices are low, I could get good seats on the cheap. I might snap up 2 tickets if she's up willing to go, which I don't see why she wouldn't be. So that's a maybe. With the Spurs playing as bad as they are, I could see those tickets dropping the closer to the date we get. So that's what happened with me and the San Antonio Spurs. I kind of waited until like the last week and got a ticket for really cheap. So I would try to do the same thing here. No, he's only taking 2 shots. That means just a slow start, Kokushibo. We're used to him scoring by now. That's all. It is Spurs ball right now. They are down by 3. Wemby with the ball as we speak. Gets it back to Branham. 7 on the shot clock. Branham alley-oop to Wemby, and play gets broken up. That is another turnover for the Spurs. My man Ayo with the ball. Ayo! Get it out to DeRozan. DeMar thinks about the 3 over Wemby and decided against it. Gets it back to Ayo. Ayo's going to drive. Out to DeMar. Wide open 3. That's an air ball. All right, well, you can only hit so many of those. Rich, that's a Celtics. Oh, that's a Celtics. That Spurs game. They come to Boston on Wednesday. Oh, January 17th. Whoops. Well, I guess I'll have to recheck that in the next stop, William. Thank you. I just looked at this first Spurs Celtics game. I didn't realize I was looking in Texas. DeMar pull-up jumper is no good. And Wemby with the rebound. Thank you, William. I didn't realize I was looking at the wrong game. Julian Champagny stepped out of bounds. Another turnover for the Spurs. Yes, it would, Phil. I'm 100% all in on the Silver Dancers. Just saying. Rich Bleacher Report just reported that all signs point to Bulls and Lakers reaching a great... What? You gotta be trolling. Don, right now, good evening, Don. Right now, I'm not going to any games because I live in Connecticut, and it's not so cheap to fly out to Texas. But the Spurs play the Celtics January 17th, apparently, and might try to go to that one. We'll see. Me and Miss TSR Sports. That corner 3 is no good. I believe that was Ayo who shot the shot, and it's Spurs ball down by 3. Have we scored this quarter? It doesn't feel like we've scored much. Branham for 3. Air ball. My God. Vassell will pull up for a jumper. No good. Fouled. Going on the line for 2. We have 9 turnovers so far. That is way too many. Caruso is a great role player. He is. 9 turnovers and less than a half. Yeah. That's not going to do it. I just got a text. You're looking at the wrong game. You're going the wrong way. I was actually checking to see if she would be good to go for the game. I think she would be. A lot of people said that, Connor. Kate or Sexton. Will you sneak a camera? I mean, I would bring my phone in. I took video last time I was at a Spurs game. I wouldn't take video of the game, but I would take, what's happening around the game. Actually, I did take a video of, I think, somebody shooting an air ball. I don't remember who it was. And yes, Roy, that is the shirt you gave me. I'm rocking it tonight. I thought I'd bring in some good, good vibes. So thank you for the shirt, Roy. Ayo drives in the paint, gets the layup over Chetty Osman, 38-35. Weather's been okay, Don. I can't complain too much. Jeremy Sohan with the ball right now for the Spurs in the post. Drives in the paint. Gets it over to Osman. Osman back to Vassell, over to Branham. Branham will now take off, throws up the layup. No good. A fight for the board. Kobe White will come down with it. Bulls ball up by 3 under 8 minutes to go. He will loses the ball, and that's a turnover for Chicago. Spurs got numbers. Osman drives in the paint. Out to Branham. And we just blew a fast break opportunity. Osman will take a 3. In and out. Jordan Chong, good morning to you. How are you doing, my friend? And Drummond, what a huge dunk. That's the biggest lead of the game for Chicago, up by 5. Yeah, Albert, I'm thinking to myself, alley-oop, alley-oop. Nothing. Another turnover for the Spurs. Jay Rose, I was going to say, if I'm a fake Spurs fan, I'm spending a lot of money to be fake. But then I saw you were just kidding. Alex, exactly. Good evening, Mars. Bad at transition offense. I mean, how do we blow that? Our fast breaks are still horrible at times, and our ball security tonight is a disaster. P. Will drives to the paint, loses the ball, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be somebody's ball in a moment. Devin's 0 for 5 right now. I have been a fan, if anybody's curious, for 33 years. This hat is from 1995, which you probably can tell it looks so old. Got an old Spurs shirt on here. Robinson jerseys from 1995. And it literally looks like somebody vomited Spurs on my wall behind me. That shot just went in the rim and went in for that 2-point jump shot by Vucevic. Bad pass by Osman, and it goes out of bounds. Another turnover for the Spurs. Mr. Savage, I'm sure he's not happy about what's happening. Caps 2-1-0. It's getting uglier in the second quarter. That 3 is no good. Spurs ball. Devin will bring it up for San Antonio. Somebody's got to step up for San Antonio like now. Demisel will drive, and he's going to get fouled. Why the Spurs? Do you mean like why a fan? Guy right here made me a fan and became a fan of him first. And not a fan since. Well, the Lakers got... So wait, is that official? Did the Lakers get Levine tonight? No. Wemby only 3 shots tonight. 0 for 3 from the field. Spurs just... That's what I've been saying this all year. We've done a terrible job of getting him involved at times, and then he's just... Because he can't get involved, he turns into a perimeter shooter. That's not what we want him doing. Exactly. Pop, coach your team. Over under turnovers, 244 billion. I don't know, it's a big number, whatever it is. No, they don't, Anthony. Trey Jones does, to his credit. Yeah, a lot of the guys don't see him. I don't know how you don't see a 7'4" guy running up the court and get it to him, but they don't. Pop isn't coaching the boys. Toby, a lot of people feel that way about Pop this year. Oh, okay, Kyle. I was going to say, Spurs now up to 11 turnovers already. And we still have 6 minutes to go in the first half. I'll start keeping track of them. Sell out to Collins. Collins going to launch a 3. Nope. Vooch with the rebound. They just put a point on the board for the Spurs. I'm not sure where that came from. Maybe a 2-pointer was converted to a 3. That's weird. We'll take it. We need all the points we can get. Unless we got a technical free throw I didn't see somehow. Kobe White's going to drive, almost loses the ball, gets the ball back. 4 on the shot clock for Chicago. And now fouling the Spurs. Not Vince Carter gets fouled. Carter number 5. I don't know who that is. Oh, Javon Carter. I do know who that is. Javon Carter's in the game. Never mind. The dumbass Jay Rose is my 15-year-old brother. Is it really Odyssey? I guess so, Kyle. First free throw is good. We need a Rozier type guy that can score. We need some milk. That's what we need. We need some milk. Second free throw is good. Biggest lead in the game for Chicago. They're up by 8, and our team is just... You know, we usually melt down in the third quarter. Well, right now it's this quarter. Spurs have not had a field goal in the last 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Almost 6 minutes without a field goal. Which is almost the entire second quarter so far that's been played. That is awful. Osman's going to drive in the paint, throws it up, and in and out Berger. Demisel gets the rebound. Spurs ball, a little over 5 minutes to go, down by 8, and playing obnoxiously bad basketball in the second quarter. Devin passes it over to Osman for 3. That's no good. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Chicago ball. No, Kokoshiba. I'm saying we haven't made a shot in 6 effing minutes. It's over 6 now. Oh, Jolie, okay. I am 46. We're almost the same age. I did see Shaq said that Curry's better than himself. Yes. And Curry's a better shooter. Vooch for 3. Bulls are on a 15-3 run right now. Keldon Johnson into the paint. Layup, good. Finally, a bucket. And easy, good evening to you. That was over 6 minutes without a bucket. 6 minutes. That's half a quarter basketball. Vooch in the paint, misses a little jumper. And the Spurs are lucky they're only down by 6. They could be down by 15 to 20, but sell quick pull-up 3. All right, there we go. 5-0 run now for the Spurs. Waking up a bit. Cash Blue, yeah, we're doing our thing. Not Devin just hit a shot, William. Devin just hit a 3. So it's 1 of 8 now. Turnover for the Bulls. All right. Let's go. Exactly, that's it. Curry just hit. Carlos, that's all I got is Curry's a better shooter. Probably better passer too, better free throw shooter. You can stop Curry, you can block a three-point shot attempt by Steph Curry. Good luck trying to stop a Shaq dunk coming your way. Keldon into the paint, double team, throws it up off the glass, no good. Gets thrown down, Vooch right down with him. A lot of contact, no whistle on either team. Bulls ball up by 3. Nice shot of the Spurs getting back into it after a putrid first 6 minutes in the second quarter. P. Will out three-point land, starts to drive in the paint. Throws it down, a huge dunk, but blows it! Vooch gets to the loose ball, throws it up over Keldon good. I don't know why Keldon's on Vooch, but that's how it is right now. Spurs want to break Wemmy's double-double record. What? Robin? Bucket for the Spurs. Didn't see who shot it. 46-43. It's close. 14 Spurs or 98 Bulls. Jazz currently up. Good. Go Jazz. All right, let me look at SeatGeek in the right building now. Because I was looking up those Spurs tickets in the wrong building. I was looking in Texas. So why don't we just look at Boston Celtics? Then I can't look at the wrong game. The Garden. I was at the Garden this year for UFC 290 something or another. Celtics at San Antonio Spurs. Nope, we don't want that. We already did that. January 17th, you guys said. Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. How much is the Garden? Let's see. Where's the visitors? All right, there's a whole lot of seats behind the visitors. How much are they? Woo! Holy moly, they're a lot more. Wow. Wow. Yeah, they're considerably more. I thought the Spurs tickets in Texas would be more expensive because of the Wemby hype, but Boston, the championship, or Eastern Conference Finals looking team right now, tickets are considerably higher in Boston. The tickets I was looking at in San Antonio were under 200 in the same area for the Celtics. It's a lot more in Boston. Sitting right behind the Spurs would be $1,548. The bench or the row right behind them. I can't afford $3,000. I'm not paying $3,000 for 2 tickets. Wow. I guess I shouldn't be surprised Boston's so much more expensive. Oh, Wemby has a double-double streak. Oh, that's right, he did. At least they're taking less threes, 5 of 16. Yeah, William, I didn't realize Boston was so expensive. 98 Bulls is wiping 14 Spurs with toilet paper. We're putting Kawhi probably on Jordan. He's not going to stop him. He's just going to try to contain him. Duncan's older at this point. Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili are older. That being said, Jordan's older. Rodman's older. That would be a low-scoring series. I'll tell you that. It would go at least 6 or 7 games. I really don't know who would win that. It's hard to bet against Michael Jordan's three-peat teams. And I'm a Spurs fan in and out, but man, you just feel like Jordan would will them to win when it came to crunch time. I think maybe we could take in 7 games. I think Jordan's Bulls will still get us. Johnson plays like he's 7 foot. He's not, though. Wemmy's already made history of 5. Well, let's get a 6-1. Yes, the Spurs versus Bulls in 99 would have been great, but Jordan back in retirement. It is Bulls ball. They're up by 3 with 3 minutes to go. Vooch right now against Zach Collins. Little jumper over him is good. Wemmy's... Man, this is a weird game. Wemmy feels so uninvolved and playing time so limited. I'll blame the coach on that one. Trey Jones will go over to Kellen. Kellen's corner 3. No good. Kellen with a couple hops trying to will it in. Got to use the force. I think his team played the Bulls. We'd be 0-82. Vooch in the paint. Drives past that Collins. Gets it off the glass. Good. Back to a 7-point game. Well, Kokoshiba does feel like that. No LeBron for the Lakers tonight? I don't know if he's injured or not. Toby, I don't know what's going on with him tonight. Zach jumper in the paint's no good. 2 minutes to go. The spur of the moment, a lot of fans feel that way. DeMar DeRozan pull-up jumper in the paint, good. Back to a 9-point lead. Bulls on a bit of a run. Wemby looks visibly more tired. He has bags under his eyes. Does he? Jorge did not notice that. And Vooch is killing Zach right now, Adrian. Zach's not a great defender. He's just not. I don't think it's for a lack of effort. He's just not a good defender. Trey Jones out to Devin. Catch and shoot 3. No good. And Kellen's going to call for a foul trying to get the offensive board. Marcus says Tim Duncan and that squad would dominate Jordan. Wow. Joe, we'll see on that. Physique, good evening to you. I am confident that the 2014 Spurs could give any team a 7-game series. It's just hard to go against Jordan. 6-0 in the finals. I just feel like he'd will his team to a win. As good as Timmy is, as good as all our guys are, that is the GOAT, in my opinion, that we're going against. And he was still prime Jordan at that time. Nice block by Zach Collins on DeRozan. Spurs on the run. Gets it up to Devin Vassell. Vassell, Euro step in the paint. And is this an and 1? Yes, it is. Caruso gets called for the block. The 7 Spurs versus the 97 Bulls. It's tough. I mean, there's a lot. And it's a different game, too. Game was different at 14 than it was in against 98 Bulls. Which rules are we going for? 2014 or 98? If it's the 14 rules, maybe the Spurs do win it. If the rules in 98, then maybe the Bulls win it. Devin converts the 3-point play with a free throw. You think Wemmy's coming back to France? No. No, he's staying in the NBA. I don't think he's touring for the Bulls, not just doing this for money, but the money is just so good in the NBA, and I'm sure he wants a championship. He seems like a guy that wants an NBA Finals title. Can't get that overseas, my friends. Devin Vassell, pull-up jumper, good. Devin's Devin playing very well in the second quarter. I think he did nothing in the first quarter. Coming to life in the second. We're going to need a big game out of him. Hopefully Wemmy can come to life in the second half. If Wemmy gets going, we can win this game. For sure. I mean, we're only down by 4 now and had an abysmal first 6 minutes of this quarter. That pull-up 3 is no good. It is Spurs ball on the miss. Wemmy's only played 10 minutes? That's it? I wonder if his ankle's bothering him. 10 freaking minutes? Bruce Bowen would have stopped MJ? I don't know if he would have stopped him. I'm going to slow him down here and there. I don't know about stopping him. Trey Jones drives in the paint. Nice moves, but can't finish the layup. Bulls can hold for the last shot with 5 seconds to go. Kobe White bringing up for Chicago. Forces a 3. Not even close. All right. Well, it could be worse. Spurs are only down by 4, and they had a really rough first half of that second quarter. So all things considered, I'll take a 4-point deficit. We got to make sure we play a good third quarter. I don't think the Bulls couldn't beat the Spurs, and TSR, if Devin's not hitting threes, who the heck is going to help Wemby next year? Pop is using Wemby like he's Alberto. Breach, he's on my Mount Rushmore. Tim Duncan. Jordan would have taken something personally and then just, yes, that's Sting William. He would have, he was as good at, he would have taken something personally. I joked that with my MJ Bulls fans that Brosman would have been the MJ stopper. Fair. It could be much worse. Where the F is Tim Duncan? And Giannis something, huh? I'm not sure you mean Kokushibo. Yeah, we never did get the repeat, Anthony. Good evening, Jared. Thank you for stopping in. Never got a repeat. Right? Some people will say we're not a dynasty because he never back-to-back. And I say, yes, they were. That Duncan Spurs team was a dynasty. Bowen might mess with Jordan and make him do something to get thrown out of the game. In this era? I don't know. Yeah, that's super team Heat, though. I would take Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman over LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. Any day of the week. Twice on Sunday. All right, let's pull up the stats, my friends. Let's get some stat going. See who's playing well, who's not playing well. Apparently, Wemby's only played 10 minutes. That I can't even... I don't even know what to say to that. Just to shake my head. I'll just shake my head. All right, for the Chicago Bulls, Williams with 4, DeRozan with 9, Vucevic with 12, White with 4, and Caruso with 8. Off the bench, Bulls going with a 10-man rotation tonight. Terry with 1, Phillips with 0, Andre Drummond playing well, 10 points, 6 boards, and 2 steals and a block shot in 9 minutes. He really, really played well off the bench against the Spurs. Carter with 2, and Ayo with 2 as well for our San Antonio Spurs. Jeremy Sohan with 3. Kelvin with 9. Wemby 0 for 3 from the floor. He does have 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block shot. So, doing some things defensively, but he has 0 points. Has he had a scoreless first half this year? I don't feel like he has. Demisel leads the Spurs with 11 points. Malachi Branham with 7. Off the bench, Collins with 9 and 6 boards and 3 blocks. So Zach actually playing pretty darn well off the bench tonight. He's actually got 14 minutes, which is considering more than Wemby, who's got that 10. Champ Penny with 3, McBuckets with 0, so no McBuckets. Osman having actually a rough first half, 0 for 4 from the field, 2 points, and Trey Jones with 4 points, but no assists. Trey with 2 turnovers as well. Uncharacteristic for Trey to have more turnovers than assists, but right now he's got that, and that is why we are down by 4. Because we're not playing very well. But there's still a lot of basketball left in this game. And this is a winnable game for the San Antonio Spurs. Very winnable. Extremely winnable. Giannis with 22.5. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I trust Jordan, Bird, and Kobe to take a game winner over LeBron, though. Yes. I would agree with that. Yeah. It's just not, all I can do is agree. Calling it now that Wemby near 2 will be Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Agreed. Kelvin is a big-time ball hog. A lot of the guys on the team are, Anthony. Although we still, we have all these assists on the team. So I don't know how we're getting all these assists in being ball hogs. I don't get it. I agree for each, and I hope he does overcome these woes. Just turn in Wemby less than 10 minutes, and yes, over 3 shooting. John Doe, the boss, yes, he does have great hustle. Do respect that. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. Pippen ain't better than LeBron. Better defender, I would say, Carlos. Better defensive player, but better overall player, that goes to LeBron. Now, where we'll disagree the most is I would take Jordan over LeBron. We haven't had one of those in a while, Mike. Continuing down with the San Antonio Spurs, Chuck Norris. Kawhi or Scotty? Prime, healthy Kawhi, I do think is better than Scottie Pippen. Kawhi was a two-time Defensive Player of the Year, a two-time Finals MVP. So a healthy Kawhi, I would take over Scotty. Problem is, Scotty was much less injury-prone than Kawhi. They also played in different eras, so who knows if Scotty played in this, kind of no-D era, his offensive stats may have been even much higher. So it's hard to compare players from different genres. I know we like the player Jordan and LeBron a lot. That's kind of the thing to do in the NBA. But they played in different eras. And they played different positions. They're totally different players. Completely different. Jordan is a score-first type of guy. While LeBron has a score-first mentality, he's also very much a distributor of the ball, more so than Jordan was. Jordan was a defensive player of the year. LeBron was a good defender in his 20s, not so much in his 30s. I mean, still, they're built differently. Jordan was 6'6" and lean. LeBron's a tank. He's like, what, 6'8", 6'9", 260? They're so different. But because, Jordan was the man in the 90s, LeBron's been the man for 2 decades. Not to mention the fact LeBron has appointed himself the GOAT. He did say in an interview, pretty much said when the Cavs beat the Warriors, that made him the GOAT. And that's going to cause people to talk about it more. When you say you're the GOAT, that's going to open the conversation. 10-0 Rams lead. Oh, that's right. Who's on tonight? Rams and who else? I will say this is a great quote. Check this out. Because LeBron does toot his own horn a little bit. He does say he's great. Which, you respect the confidence, I guess. But this is one that I saw this in a documentary. And I agree with this. This is probably the biggest difference between, in my opinion, Michael Jordan and LeBron James. The mentality. Walter Payton said, when you're good at something, you'll tell everyone. When you're great at something, they'll tell you. I've never heard Michael Jordan once say he's the GOAT. Never had to. Because people say it to him. I'll leave it at that. And we'll get back to the chat and wait for the second half to start up, and hopefully we get a Spurs win. Q3 on the board. What'd I miss? Anyone calling themselves a GOAT isn't. Well, actually, that's kind of what I just did there, William, with that. Seems like they look for Zach and Hollins more than Wemby. I would agree. Scotty and Jordan do have... Oh, Scottie Pippen is bitter. Scottie Pippen is the most angry, my goodness. I don't know if it's because of the Last Dance documentary, but man, you see where it's like, Michael Jordan wasn't nothing until I got here. Excuse me? Jordan was not the man. Playbacker Guido, good evening. Jordan was not the man of the 2000s. Rich, 2 decades. Okay, that's fair. 90s would be Jordan. 2000s would probably be Shaq, Kobe, and Timmy. 2010s, it would definitely LeBron. Yeah, but he's been a dominant player for 2 decades, and that's one thing I will give LeBron credit for is his durability and longevity. I don't think anybody's touching that points record that he's got. To just play that long and be that consistent, you got to give credit for that. Like him or love him or hate him, that's a long time. And he's pushing 40 and he's still playing at a very high level. Probably not a top 10 player in the NBA anymore. Certainly still top 20 active players, that is. Was Scotty invited to the wedding? Yeah, wasn't there something with... it's Jordan's son and Scotty. There's something happening. I forgot what's happening with that. Scotty's ex-wife, or I don't know. If you switch KG and Timmy, does KG get 5 rings? Ooh. That's a good question. I remember Frank Gore. He played forever, Zach. What did he play, like 15 years? I think he's the top 3 or 4 all-time rushing yards. That's a good question about KG. Utah 113-106 versus Detroit 2 minutes ago. Scotty's telling the truth. Jordan was a gamble person, and Jordan just thinks about just him. That's the reason Pippen and other players say he was a selfish. I mean, he was definitely a gambler. I would not argue that. Selfish outside the court. Probably wouldn't argue that. But Jordan at that point, I think, was already an MVP. I mean, Larry Bird literally called him, didn't he call him like a basketball god or something? It's going to be different. If you grew up a LeBron fan or grew up more LeBron, you're going to say LeBron's the GOAT. If you grew up watching Jordan, you're going to say Jordan was the GOAT. Here's my take. My final take on this, and we'll move on. I can't call anybody in any sport the GOAT if they have a losing record in the finals, the Super Bowl, the World Series, whatever sport it is. If you have a losing record when it counts the most, in my opinion, you can't be the GOAT. That's all I got. Frank Gore is second. Is Frank really second of all time? Lance says Jordan's kid is banging Scotty's ex-wife. Okay, I thought it was something weird like that. Wow. I don't know that. And the Frank Gore thing, I didn't realize he was second. Kobe or LeBron? Very different players, different eras, different positions. I see Lakers fans. I mean, I will say, here's only saying Kobe and LeBron. Kobe the better Laker. Better career overall. Probably LeBron, because Kobe, while he did a lot of great things, he was a fairly inefficient shooter. His lifetime field goal percentage, I think, is like 46-ish. Granted, he could do a lot of amazing things to take over a game. I mean, the man scored 81 points in a game. That being said, better Laker, Kobe. Better career overall, probably LeBron. I don't know. I'm curious what the few Lakers and the fans think about that. Yeah, that's right. We're at the same era. We're at the same age, Carlos. But I mean, in general, that was directed at you. In general, if somebody grew up in the Jordan era, they'll likely pick Jordan as the GOAT. If they grew up starting watching basketball in the 2000s, since they'll probably pick LeBron. I know, no HMO insurance. I got it, Carlos. Jackson did it with different players and different teams. Pop only did it with Timmy. Aaron Rodgers is 1-5 in an NFC Championship game, so he doesn't top Brady despite what he is. Wait, is ESPN saying Rodgers better than Brady? The Wilt game, yes. Back then, it was, I mean, Will Chamberlain and Bill Russell were like giants among little guys. It's a much different game back then. I Will would probably not dominate the game like he did today, or maybe actually would. Wasn't he a freak athlete? Wasn't Will Chamberlain like, he had like a 42-inch vertical, and he was strong as all crap, and he was tall? I mean, he was for that day and age, he was a freak athlete, and he'd still be a freak athlete today, wouldn't he? A-Rod or Barry Bonds? Barry Bonds. No question. I don't like the juicing of Barry Bonds at all, but what that man did, 7 MVPs, including 3 MVPs before he got his big steroid head. 230 walks in a season. Just the numbers he put up. Sure, the juicing helped him hit home runs, but man, he was on another level. He was a cheat code. A lot of ESPN hosts say Rodgers is the GOAT, not Brady. How can you say Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT? He's a great quarterback, but the GOAT? One Super Bowl? Does he have any passing records at all? Doesn't Brady have every passing record that's important? Like total yards, touchdowns. Also, what? 7-3 in Super Bowls? 10 Super Bowl appearances and 7-3, and A-Rod has been a 1? And ESPN saying Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT? They can't be serious. I wouldn't put him over Brady, Montana. Hell, I probably wouldn't put him over Peyton Manning. He's a great quarterback, but he always played in a pass-happy era. And he's won one. Yes, the insane 2-1-0. Got walked with the bases loaded. That was Barry Bonds. Derek Jeter or Omar Vest. Derek Jeter. Brett Favre. I would put Brett Favre ahead of on par with A-Raj. I wouldn't put Brett Favre ahead of some of the other guys I mentioned. But listen, GOATs are subjective. The one thing about the GOAT conversation, I say Michael Jordan's the GOAT. You say LeBron James is the GOAT. We're both right because they're only opinions. There's no fact there. The only facts are James the all-time scoring leader. Jordan 6-0 in the finals. LeBron's 4-6. Those are facts. Devin's going to miss the jumper in the paint, but the putback by Sohan's good. And we're here in the second quarter. It is Bulls ball. They are up by 2. And Alex Caruso out in three-point land with 11 on the shot clock. Gets it over to Vooch. Vooch back to Kobe White. The man, the myth, the hair. Back to Vooch. Now he has Devin Vassell on him. A huge mismatch. Going to drive in the paint. Throws it out for 3 to P. Will. Rattles in and in. Yeah, Pat Mahomes is probably already better than that one already, but when it's all said and done, we'll be ahead of A-Raj. Sohan's going to get fouled in the paint as he goes down, but he gets up again. You're never going to keep him down. Justin Jefferson is the number 2 player in the NFL. Yeah, exactly, Carlos. It's just a label. Like when you say I'm the best YouTuber ever. I appreciate it, but it's an opinion. I actually really do appreciate that. I don't consider teams that drafted good players super teams. Kokoshiba, I would agree with that. If you say that Tim Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili were a super team, they're all drafted. They're drafted. I don't agree that's a super team. If you say LeBron, D. Wade, and Bosh are super team, I would say yes. They weren't drafted by the same team. They came in via free agency and/or trades. Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce, super team. We're all drafted by the Celtics. Those type of teams where they all come together, try to win a championship. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, not a super team, drafted by the Warriors. Add Kevin Durant, super team. Wemby finally gets his first score in transition on a good old one of these.
Thunder Dunk of Justice.
Good Lord, it's about time. Wemby finally on the scoreboard. Vooch in the paint, throws it up over Wemby, and that's blocked. Wemby's coming up finally. Maybe his ankle's feeling better. Maybe he had some Fruit Loops in the back. I don't know. Dennisell pull up from the corner. Three's good. We have a tie game. There we go. My pancakes are the GOAT. Well, Carlos, I come to Puerto Rico at some point. I'm going to have to have your pancakes. Just saying. And I do like pancakes. I'm hungry right now. P. Will with the ball. Bounces it, throws it off Devin Vassell's chest. Bulls still have the ball. 6 on the shot clock. P. Will's going to drive at Wemby. Takes the shot over him. Nice job by Patrick Williams. You thought he was going to go for 0? The Pistons lost. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Wemby with the ball right now. Pull up jumper. Short. Just keep attacking the rim, big man. That's 25 in a row. Vooch for 3 in and out. Spurs ball. Kellen Johnson with the rebound. Derek. Wait. Did he come from Detroit? I didn't actually know that. I did not know he came from Detroit. Sohan with the ball on the post. Gets poked out of bounds by Alex Caruso, and it'll still be Spurs ball. I don't feel bad for Pistons fans. Actually, you know what? I do feel bad. And, they have, I don't, what teams, I can't even talk. They're such a mess. Spurs ball, Wemby with it. 1-on-1 with Vooch, pick and roll. Wemby's going to drive and turns the ball over. Got double teamed by Alex Caruso, and the classic double team. Wemby just, that high dribble is easy to poke, and Caruso gave it the pokey. They have been rebuilding forever. They really have. Wemby with the ball again, drives in the paint, throws up the layup, no good, gets fouled, gonna go to the line for 2. There you go, Physique. Yep. Bought, not built. Very fair. Robert, it's been frustrating seeing him hang out as a perimeter player all year. He's not a shooting guard. He's a big man. I don't know if I should blame Wemby, blame the coaching staff, or both. Or his teammates. There's times when he's been open in the paint and they just look right through him like he's kryptonite. Tracy, good evening to you. Nah, Caps, you went out. You missed a free throw. Missed first free throw. Blame everybody. There you go. Michael, if that's the case, that's going to be... if his teammates... Because I've seen rumblings of the Spurs teammates being jealous. And if that is actually the case, if there's any bad juju in the locker room and the Spurs would lose this kid after his first 4 years, it would be a nightmare for the franchise. Glazing Bacon, I don't know. He had a sore ankle the other night and he missed the game. Vooch misses the shot. Wemby with the rebound. And he's running fine. Just took it up the court. Drops it off to Sohan. And Sohan is going to get in there with an angry
Thunder dunk of justice.
Point Wemby. Point Wemby. 1 point game. Kobe White taking in that Wemby. Drives and gets by him. Gets the layup. Kobe White's a little too fast for Wemby. Wemby is a better point guard than Sohan. Sure. Speaking of Wemby, oh boy. Turnover for the Spurs. Sohan bounces it off Wemby and that's turnover. If any player got a problem with Wemby, they're going, yeah, I think so for each. I'd like a Spurs win. Oh my gosh. Nice finish by Sohan. That's the finisher that we saw last year. P. Will the bar right now for the Bulls. Drops it off to Alex Caruso. 9 on the shot clock. Caruso to Vooch. Vooch in the paint. Gets double team. And throws it out of bounds. Kind of let the help defense cause the turnover. This generation of players are terrible at feeding the post. That's not how they play anymore, MAZ. It's a very different game than it used to be. By the way, my friends, we are still trying to think to get to... Are we trying to get to 100 thumbs up? I don't know where we are. I haven't looked at that in a long time. We're still not at 100. We're getting close. Gonna need your help if you're in here because, well, less and less people are coming on the Spurs streams these days with them losing. So certainly gonna use your assistance with the thumbs up mobile. By the way, Sohan just threw up an air ball. Just saying. Threw up an air ball. Kobe White, nice behind the back dribble. Back to DeMar DeRozan for 3. That's in and out. Malachi Branham with the rebound. We'll get it up to Kelvin. Kelvin will drive in the paint. Little jumper in the paint is good. 61-60. Spurs need a true point guard, but who? I mean, we have a point guard sitting on the bench with Trey Jones. I don't think he's our franchise point guard, but he's better starting him than point guard Jeremy. I don't know why Branham's starting over him. Kobe White's three-pointer is no good. It is Spurs ball looking to retake the lead. Wemby with the ball right now in three-point land. We'll get into Branham. Branham loses out of bounds, but it was poked out by Kobe White. It's going to be Spurs ball, and we're going to have a timeout. He does look frustrated. You have a 7'5" player. You learn to do a post. Right? Spurs are in it and actually playing okay in the third quarter. Wemby needs to add 20 pounds. I don't know about 20. I mean, over the years, you don't want to see him put on the weight too fast where his body can't handle it. So a gradual increase in weight, we could probably see over a couple years, and maybe eventually 20. I mean, Mr. Robinson was 7'1", 235, but he was ripped. So I don't think Wemby needs to get to 260, 270. I think he'd be healthy at like 235, 240 himself. And just, what's he weigh? Does he weigh like 230 now? 220, 225? I don't even know his weight. Yes, MEZ. Yes, backwards. Beavis, hey, I'm Beavis. I just finished season 2 of our show. The revival, pretty good. I don't know how they missed him. Still to this day, I don't. It is the shirt, Roy. I told you it was. Oh, you mean the shirt? It's got to be the shirt. Okay, you're saying it's got to be the shirt helping the Spurs tonight. Got Timmy on it. There he is. Yeah, actually, Giannis was thin and he got big. I'm tired of these bums not passing Wemby the damn ball. They crown one side, and then when Wemby puts the ball in court, it's yes. It usually he gets double teamed a lot. I don't get how the pick and roll worked so great with Nash and Stoudemire, and we can't even do it with one. Yeah, we can't. Steve Nash, though, I mean, we don't have that level of player on our team. Nash was a great shooter and distributor. We don't have that guy right now. It's bad when we're playing the Bulls and haven't playing much better. True. Thank you, John Doe. Appreciate that. It says, don't forget to like everyone. Support TSR Sports. I'm not crazy, right? Sohan straight up ignores Wemby on the floor. There's some memes out there you can look up where Wemby's open and Sohan misses him. Could it be jealousy? I don't know. Wemby's not taking his spot anymore. Sohan's back at his regular spot, the 4. I can't believe our guys don't understand that Victor will always be the focal point. Time and time again, they fail to see him open or get the ball to him. Pop needs to put guys in that find him. The real General Zod. Yes, they do. Yeah, Toby, it's not looking good. Wemby has what? Where is he? Oh, he's not on the court anymore. Collins is coming in. So stats are down, but I don't think he's getting a double-double tonight. Barring a huge fourth quarter. Yeah, he doesn't look too happy on the bench right now. Looking right at the camera. Not looking happy. That was a nice pass, by the way, to Sohan on the dunk. 3 points for Wemby? Yeah. He's going to have a huge fourth quarter. How many? He isn't anywhere near 10 boards yet either. I don't believe he is. This is a point guard problem. Yeah, Connor, we need a point guard. Been saying it all year. Zach Collins in the paint misses a layup. I mean, I'm not a big Trey Jones fan. And I'm saying start Trey Jones. Spurs extended him for 2 years. I don't know for what. Vooch takes the open 3. No good. Long rebound will fall into the hands of Malachi Branham. Like, I like Malachi Branham. He's not a point guard by nature. I don't know why we keep forcing him into... Like, at first it was the Jeremy Sohan point guard experiment. Now it's the Malachi Branham point guard experiment. What the hell are we doing? Marcel pull-up jumper from the free throw line is way short. I'm Jazz and not a Knicks fan. I'm a Yankees fan, Giants fan, so the Knicks would make sense. I don't know. Just found David Robinson when I discovered I was getting into, or when I started getting into basketball, and Spurs became my team. Spurs were not a championship team when I started watching them. They were a perennial playoff team with David Robinson, but a perennial disappointment as well, for being honest. Branham into the paint, pull-up jumper, high off the glass, no good. And it's Bulls ball. They're up by 3. I heard something about that. I don't know what. I don't really pay attention to the social media stuff with the Spurs. That's not. This channel's never been about that, so I just kind of. That can stay on the back burner. Sohan in the post right now, guarded by Kobe White. Out to Devin. Devin catch and shoot 3. Short. Under 5 minutes to go. Spurs down by 3. Zod, your guess is as good as mine. Or we could be winning this. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Vooch in the paint. And traveled. Traveling. Andre Drummond's trekking in, and he had a great first half against us. All right, the Spurs need to be motivated. I know I can get them going. A little coyote jumping, little coyote booty shaking will get the Spurs going. Little coyote twerking. All right, there we go. Zach in the paint, little jumper is good. Both wanted a whistle, didn't get it. So actually, Carlos Spurs drafted Robinson in '87 due to his naval commitment. They had to wait 2 years for him. His first season was '89-90, and I started following about halfway through in 1990. 65-62, Trey Jones throws it through Kelman's hands, and that's a turnover. Fast break dunk by P. Williams is broken up by Johnson. There's a foul and 2 free throws on the way. Rico, everybody's saying that. They're going to the paint a lot. Yes, they are, Brian. Yes, they are. Apples and bananas. Good evening to you. Love the channel name. Two fruits I do enjoy, apples and bananas. So thank you for stopping in. Pistons lost to the Jazz. Team record or team is that 25 game losing streak? I would say so, Carlos. First free throw's good. I started watching the NBA in 1990-ish. Saw Jordan's first title. When I started watching, that was the start of the Jordan run. For better or for worse, because, well, got a little boring there in the 90s. He had 3 Bulls titles, then 2 Rockets titles, and 3 more Bulls titles. Literally in 8 years, it was 2 different teams. And it was all, they were all in a row. 3 in a row, 2 in a row, 3 in a row. Collins drives in the paint, gets his shot rejected. Bulls on the run. Spurs do get back in transition, 67-62. 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Spurs just got 69, and Pop is going to call a timeout as Ayo hit that jumper, and Pop wants to talk about it. Oh, yeah. The Eagles, the band. Yes, he did, Cashfoo. Robinson Spurs definitely had a tough time. The Jazz beat us every year. Blazers, too. It's OMFG. Trade Sohan, Vassell, Johnson, and Branham, and bring, wow. R. Duff getting rid of all the starters. Minus Wemby. Good evening, Mastro Investigate. Thank you for stopping in. TSR stands for the sports reaction. That's what this channel was originally called in 2019. And as the channel progressed, I didn't want reaction in the title name or the channel name, is because there's so many channels that, I mean, granted, there's a lot of channels that name sports in the title, but I just didn't want to be another reaction channel. Granted, this is a reaction play-by-play, scoreboard, all that stuff. And there's nothing wrong with being a reaction channel only, but I wanted the channel to be more than that, which is why there's not only this type of content on the channel, but there's also, videos where we talk, Spurs news or trades or rumors, whatever it may be. There's some shorts today I did for the channel, something a little odd with the Draymond Green punch out. As play on Mike Tyson's punch out, made a little 30-second short, and I was like, you know what, I kind of like doing that. A little goof on somewhat current NBA things. So I mean, those are the roots, though. It kills. Go Spurs, go to you. Keldon has a great contract. It's very team friendly. Remember the bad boy Pistons era? Now the Pistons are just bad. That's fair. Not discrediting Pop's achievements, but upset with how he's handling Wemby. I'm upset with how he's handling the team this year, Gabriel. I'm not really a fan of what he's doing. I thought it was the Roy. My name's Rich, the Spurs fan. I've been upfront about that. Actually, I think it's the first thing it says on the About on the channel page. Hi, my name is Rich, and I'm a huge San Antonio Spurs and New York Giants fan. I'm also a Yankees fan and Chris and Press fan or something like that. And I'm also a musician. Pop is stuck in the 80s. That's a callback for anybody that remembers Stuck in the 80s. This is what I hold when the Spurs are down. I hold them a lot. Big hot emo dude. Man, the Pistons are... Well, they're bad. Ah, Spurs fan. Likewise. I do like 80s stuff, Zach. That is a fact. 80s movies, 80s music. Very much, I don't want to say I'm stuck in the 80s anymore, but that's my favorite genre of music. Maybe. Death metal is close to nudging. I do listen to more heavy music than I do 80s music these days. It is Spurs ball. They are down by 7. Spurs, the worst third quarter team in the NBA by far. They are just abysmal in the third quarter. So if they can keep the lead to right around here, around 7 points, going into the fourth, we have a chance. Sohan for 3. Nope. No, I got to think the Spurs are going to be better next year. I got to think they can't be this bad again. With another high draft pick, a year in the system, Wemby in his second year. Drummond looking for a foul, not going to get it. Throws it up off the glass and in. It's a 9-point game. Come on, San Antonio. You can get a win going into the Christmas break. Spurs do play Saturday night against the Timberwolves. I'm not sure if I'm going to cover that game while we're here chatting. That's December 23rd. I got to think a lot of you are going to be with your family or friends. Vassell with a long, bouncy three. So I'm not sure if that game's going to be covered on the channel or not. Christmas Eve is the next day, and then there's Christmas after that. So we'll see. That three's no good. Spurs ball. The 80s were glorious music-wise. There you go, Isabel. Great decade for music. Doug McDermott pull-up corner three is no good. And Collins going to call for the offensive foul on the rebound. And Steve Kerr, the new Spurs coach, I'd be up for that. I remember Frank Bukowski, but I was not watching basketball at the end of the 80s at all, Cash Blue. The rebuild won't be over until 2026, at the latest 2028. But 80s music, yes. I mean, probably one of the most creative decades for music. A lot of music, rap really came into its own in that decade. Thrash metal was the big four: Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and just in metal in general. Death metal got its started that decade. Black metal started that decade. If you're a metal fan, so many things started in the 80s. Dougie for three, good. Pop obviously became very huge. I think it was a good decade for music. Was it the best? I don't know. But a lot of great bands started in the 80s. A lot of my favorites. 73-68, a little over a minute to go. DeRozan going to kick it out to, forgot who that is. Who is that? Javon Carter, sorry. Jumper no good. Collins with the rebound, gets it up to Sohan. Jeremy will drop it off to Trey. Trey's going to drive in the paint. And forget the ball. That's another turnover for Trey. Just lost his dribble. Ayo drives in the paint. He'll get the layup in transition. And a whistle. Timeout? Timeout. I was there, guys, in the 80s, and if I think about some of my favorite bands of all time, they started in the 80s. Pantera started in the 80s. Metallica started in the 80s. Cannibal Corpse started in the 80s. These are the bands I have the most, bands I listen to a lot. Or bands that I love had their best run in the 80s. Like Quiet Riot's a band I like. They started in the 70s, but their best days, at least commercially, were in the 80s. And the 80s talent was actually a criteria you had to have met to be famous. That's true. One of the biggest albums of all time came out in the 80s, Michael Jackson's Thriller. I actually think Thriller might still be number one on the planet. I think the Eagles' Greatest Hits is number one in the United States. But worldwide, I think Thriller still might be the biggest selling album. MTV started in the 80s. Cable started in the 80s. ESPN, MTV. The Terminator was created in the 80s. Freddy Krueger, Jason, Pinhead. Michael Myers, I think, just missed the 80s, didn't he? When did Halloween come out? Was it like 79? Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, The Karate Kid. Yeah, I love these. Spaceballs, Major League. A lot of great films. Spurs ball down by 7. I said, let's just keep it around this score going into the fourth, and we have a legit shot. The Spurs are horrible in the third quarter. They played bad, but not abysmal. And now we're going to have a foul on Alex Caruso. Good evening, Mr. Z. Garbage pail kids. Winger for life. Hell no, Roy. The Thing. Probably one of the greatest horror movie remakes of all time, Gabriel. My girlfriend hasn't seen it. I would love to have her watch it because it's also a suspense movie. But she's not big into scary things, and that movie's scary. That movie would give her nightmares forever. Yeah. Sohan's just going to take a pull-up jumper. Good. All right, that's not what I expected, but okay. DeRozan's going to hold for the last shot. Going to drive in the paint. He gets the bucket. My garbage pail kid, I think, was Itchy Richie. He was a little garbage pail kid covered in spiders. And a turnover to end the quarter. That's appropriate. Well, I said keep it around this score. It's exactly around that score. It's 7 points. It's exactly 7 points. Where has been the last few minutes. The Spurs do have a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Messy Tessie. I still have series 3 and 4 of Garbage Pail Kids because I went to a flea market like 2 years ago and the guy had 2 sets of series 3 and 4 in a binder. And I remember asking him, like, I didn't know what they were worth at all. I really, really did not know what they were worth, being transparent. And I asked the dude, like, how much for the folder? They also had, like, series 1 of Alf. I remember there was only one series of Alf cards. And I was like, how much? And he's like, $100. I was like, honestly, I have no idea how much these are worth. I collected Garbage Pail Kids as a kid. I'm good. And he's like, well, how about $5? I was like, $5? I think it was $5. It was either $5 or $10. And I was like, okay. And I think the 2 series together, I think they're worth like $120 or $150, something like that. I still have the duplicate, the original and the duplicate. Eventually, I might list a duplicate on like Craigslist or something, but it's cool to see them. Home Alone came out in the 90s, though. That's a 90s movie. Well, her leg is healing slowly but surely. Right now, we're both kind of dealing with stuff. I'm dealing with my eye. How's my eye look tonight? Is my eye looking at least a little better? My medication is a little weird. It's causing my pupil to be big. So I got one small pupil when I'm in light and one big pupil. So I look like a Coke addict, which I'm not. No, I'm not. Otherwise, my eye's feeling better. And I think it's actually starting to my eye's starting to be white instead of red. So once my eye's better and her knee's better, we're going to both get back into working out because we want to be in the best us we can be. And unfortunately, injuries or sickness or whatever has kind of kept us down a little bit the last few weeks and or months. Gremlins is a great one. It was close, Cowboy X Factor, but it wasn't as close as I don't know. Yeah, I saw your Twitters. Your eye's looking fine, but if you need to take... Oh, no, I'm doing okay. That's why I got the hat. Well, I always got the hat, but the hat's, shading my eye a little bit. I should put some drops in. Die Hard's a great movie, Gabriel. I like Die Hard. Die Hard's a must-see for an action fan if you have not seen Die Hard. Just saying. I even hear that if you watch Die Hard, you get to have plenty of sex after it. It's just a rumor I've heard. Non-stop, even. So... if you haven't seen Die Hard, grab a loved one and watch it. And then get busy after the movie. All right, it is Bulls ball. 77-70. Long free by Carter. Swish. That's the biggest lead of the game, I believe. Devon Carter for 3. What do I need the Giants need to get good against Spurs fan? Yes. You're talking about Short Circuit, by the way, Hugo. That's a great movie. Number 5, still alive. 80-70, 10-point game. Wemby with the ball right now for San Antonio. And now a foul on Chicago. I have a handful of records, Jorling. I have Michael Jackson's Thriller, Quiet Riot's Mental Health, Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA, maybe one other, 2 other ones. I have my mom's record collection, but I took that when she passed away, but I have very few. Nor do I have a record player. Collins, ooh, another foul on Chicago, I think. Wow. Big hot, we need more games to end at halftime. Elias, I have a lot of sports cards too. I have no idea how much they're worth. The Spurs were an 80s song right now. What would they be? Are you talking about We Are the Champions? I think that's a 70s song though. Isn't it? By Queen? We Are the Champions or did that come out? No, that's a 70s, I think. McBuckets are 3, no good? Yes, you were, Hugo. Cash Blue, I mean, I don't have a turntables first, man. I haven't owned one in forever. Who just hit that 3? Was that DeRozan again? That's a 13-point lead for Chicago now. Wemby with the ball for San Antonio. Starts to drive in the paint. Out to Jones for 3. Trey Jones hits a three. A rare three-pointer indeed for Trey. Kobe White's been terrific. And no, he can't, Brian. DeRozan pull-up jumper is off the rim and off the backboard and in. 85-73. Turnover Spurs. Kobe White for three. Here we go. Yeah, DeRozan's hitting threes now. Another One Bites the Dust is a great song. Trey Jones has the ball ripped out of his hands by Andre Drummond. And then Kobe White has the ball taken out of his hands by Doug McDermott. So back-to-back turnovers for both teams. Wemby throws a missile at Trey Jones. Jones back to Wemby. Drops it off to Dougie. Dougie back to Sohan. Sohan in the paint. Throws up the layup. No good. Jeremy goes flying out of bounds. They took a point away. Must have been a two-pointer. DeRozan with the ball right now against Doug. Pull up Jay. Short. And it's Spurs ball. Trey Jones will sprint up court. Gets in the paint. Throws up the layup. Good. Nice job, Trey Jones, getting out there in transition. By the way, Carlos, hope you feel better soon if you're still recovering. Get better soon, my friend. Get better soon. Kobe White way out in three. Way out in three-point land with Ann on the shot clock. Practically standing at half court. Now after the pick and roll launches a three and he ends up making it. I hear UPS sucks. Zach Collins going to launch a three. All right. I said Zach has 14 and 9. Spurs running Twin Towers no point oh. Because Wemby and Collins are nowhere near Duncan and Robinson at this point in their careers. I don't think Zach will ever get there. Wemby probably will. I just realized Wemby is the best passer. He can't pass to himself. Nice Brady one there. Oh, you'd like the short today, Cowboy? Not many people have watched the Draymond Green short. So if you get a chance after the stream on the TSR channel, our channel, we put up a Draymond Green short, Draymond Green's Punch Out. It's only 30 seconds long. I think it was funny. Maybe you won't, but if you get a chance, check it out. It's the most recent short we uploaded on the channel. Wemby's going to pass it to Kellen. Kellen will drive in the paint. Reverse layup, no good. Not even close for that matter. Chicago ball, only 8 minutes to go in the game. Can't see who that is who has the ball for the Bulls right now. Well, Andre Drummond will drop it off to Carter. Carter back to Drummond. Drummond in the paint gets rejected by Wemby. No. And then Jeremy Son's going to be fouled down the other end. When will Dougie be co-host? Have I never had him as co-host? Wemby is going to be one hell of a shot blocker. He already is one hell of a shot blocker. All right, because you asked. And Wemby with the bucket and one. I think the jersey's backwards. I gotta flip that. Where's the flippy thing? There we go. There, Doug McDermott's joining me tonight. Make it a little bigger. Better. That's what we need. Yeah, Cowboys Factor. I'm on the fence for the game for Saturday. It is a holiday weekend. I know a lot of you may be traveling or with families and friends. I will be with Miss TSR myself, and I just don't know if I want to take the night off and just, spend with her, and we'll see. Chetty Osmond, well, 3-point land. Yep, Doug McDermott next to TSR. And Wemby will pull up. Was that a 3 or a 2? 3 or 2? It was a 2. 10-point game. Now we win the game. Veronica, this is probably the happiest I've ever seen you in the chat. Damn it. Bulls keep hitting their threes, though. I know with the 3. I need to get some stops if we're going to win this game. Wemby out on 3-point land looking for a pick and roll with Kelvin. Throws in Brand in the paint. Ball's going to get deflected, and it'll stay Spurs ball. I'm on cloud 9. What's up, Doug? Timeout. 6.5 minutes to go. And 6.5 minutes to go. Landon Sports Talk. Good afternoon, or good evening to you, I should say. Great idea. I'd love to hear Rich say it. Oh, what's the idea? You might need to make a clip from when Wemby gets a block. No. Oh. No. Yeah, I'm out of clips, though. I don't have enough clips. Oh, no, not that guy. Will you stop? You just interrupt the stream and you're not even the Spurs anymore. Would just stop. It's annoying. Quiet. Just. Can I talk? You gonna stop that? All right. Anyway, so what I was saying... I hate that, man. All right. Now we're doing the shenanigans. Spurs down by 13, 6.5 minutes ago. So with OBS, I only have rooms for so many clips. Like, I can see everything I need to click on at a moment's notice. I would have to start scrolling to get the other stuff. So right now I have the Go Spurs Go. The Thunder Dunk of Justice.
Thunder Dunk of Justice.
Then we've got the Selena gift.
When you're ready, come and get it.
GIF, I should say. Triple H.
Sucker!
Chuck Norris. Then we got to hit the thumbs up. And obviously the quiet laugh. So I would have to remove one. I just don't know which one to take out. The Rock is in the movie? Or Dwayne Johnson? I vote remove Kawhi. Who's with me? I wonder if Kawhi and during TSR is what Ricky Lombardo and Ron Jan would do him every... Yes. And Landon, I saw the Jazz were missing most of their starters. That being said, Pistons lost for 25th in a row, baby. I hope to get the record at this point. Sandra, there's something weird going on there. Take out Kawhi? Wow. Is Kawhi laughing on it? So, you guys not a fan of Kawhi? Phil's a smart man. Veronica, don't forget, Phil also calls him Slug McDormat. Tell you what, the Spurs win will give Dougie a kiss. They was telling him driving the paint, and no defense there.
Thunder Dunk of Justice.
Rams 20, Saints 70. Yeah, that game's probably over. I saw that, Landon. Kobe White with ball right now for the Bulls. I don't think the Warriors have enough left without getting another big player on the team for another championship run. Vooch with the turnaround, a little jump hook, good. But take any wins you can get. Heck, I'll take any. Brandon Barr in the paint, good. 97-86, 6 minutes ago. Oh my God, Veronica calls me smart. Remove Triple H, it's inappropriate. But when people ask me to show the game, that's what I put up because his nickname is The Game. Kobe White, the ball way out on three-point land, starts to drive. Drives in the paint. And runner's good. We need some stops. Kawhi's Japanese for cute. Is it really? Zach Collins is going to launch a three. Nope. Bacano, yes, he does seem to slide. Dragon, good evening to you. Maybe look up the Elgato Stream Deck. I think you will see it set up to all the clips with a button push. Well, I have button pushes. Kobe White for three. 16-point lead. That's not good. Coming to drive in the paint. Misses a layup. And we're in a lot of trouble now. We are in a lot of trouble, my friends. We are down a lot, and there ain't much time left. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with Chicago. It's not looking good, Landon. Wow, Wemby's a problem, says Brian. The biggest problem is they are below average players. Only one. Some people make the argument that we don't have any starters outside of Wemby. Like all our players would be backups on other teams. Vooch for three, no good. Oliver, thank you so much for the super chat. The little, oh, that guy's cute. I'm kind of doing this. Beep, 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 beep. Brandon misses, and yeah. Just heard Detroit fans are saying sell the team after they lose their 25th game. Hey, we'll take some of your players. We'll take Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham. Yeah, this is a game. This is the game. I'll stay here till the end. But we're down 18-0 4 minutes ago. I think, Boom Bassick, why are we down? Because we're playing bad this year. Coyote doesn't want to watch anymore. He's sad. You can just look at his butt. It's a cute butt. If the Pistons are going to do a hot sale or a flash sale or whatever kind of sale you want to call it, I'm all for getting a ton of their players. Good night. Go to sleep. Now, Spurs fan, I'll stay to the end. And it's early. It's only 10 o'clock. I want to stay up a little while. What are we waiting for? We have a lot of draft choices. We have a lot of draft capital. These teams that suck more than us, and there aren't many that suck more than us, but the Pistons are a disaster. See if they're doing a wholesale sale. Why not? I mean, Cade's been playing well. I like Jalen Duren from the Pistons. They could go on a run. They have been doing that, where they've been down by like 16 points at this mark and getting a lead down to 6 and 8. But getting a lead down to 6 and 8 is still a loss. I don't know what Pop's saying when they're watching film by Conda. That's a damn good question. I'm very curious what's happening in the locker room. Hell, Josh agreed. Victor played Bombastic. He did play and not had his, I think, worst offensive output in his short NBA career. I don't think he cracked 10 points tonight. I have no idea what his stats are, but they're below what we've been accustomed to seeing. Much lower than we've been accustomed to seeing. Bring RC back. TSR, I gotta keep saying it over and over. Pop don't have it no more. Team looks uninspired. You're not the only one that feels that way. Opinion Sports Show. A lot of fans are calling for Pop to go. Not the good afternoon to you, or good evening for wherever you are. If you're not at the thumbs up with the game looking like it's over, certainly would appreciate your help. It does help the channel. Doug would appreciate it. I really appreciate you diehard Spurs fans, because I just looked at our numbers for tonight, and I probably shouldn't look at the numbers during a stream, but this will be our lowest Spurs stream of the year by far. Fans are checking out quickly. Those of you that are still loyal to the team and or the channel, that's what I truly appreciate you. But we are, unfortunately, as Spurs fans, viewers for this channel, attendance at their games, people's general interest in the Spurs is tanking harder than they are. And it's frustrating. Not just as a content creator. It's not all about me by any stretch, but it sucks to see the excitement everybody had for the Spurs at the start of the season. And with the losing, that is mostly gone now. I'm still excited about the future. This is going to be a long year. This is going to be a very long year. Hopefully Wemby has some 40-point games in there to keep the hope alive. Speaking of Wemby, has the ball right now. A little turnaround jumper in the paint is no good. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and my clock is not running. And it'll be Bulls ball. Oh, it's in general, though. It's not just Christmas. Like, I can see the trajectory from the start of the season. It's one trajectory for attendance at the Spurs games, for interest in the team. I've had people literally tell me I'm not watching it for the rest of the year, either in the live chat or on videos. Like, yeah, I'm done. See you next year. I was like, and it's not a knock towards me. People are like, they're checking out on the team. Devin's going to drive in the paint. Nobody there.
Underdog of Justice.
I like it when Devin plays aggressive like that. And actually, Pop hasn't thrown in the white flag. Got our starters out there. The whole, well, plus Zach Collins. Doesn't matter. The Bulls can't seem to miss. Possibly Sandra. Hang in there all year, Spurs. Oh, yeah, Lance, I plan on it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stick by the team. I know our channel will grow, and the viewers will come back, and it'll be just a great... I feed off the energy. You know, the more people... I'm like Hulk Hogan, you know, the Hulkamaniacs. You know, the bigger the crowd, it amps me up more and more and more. But, you know, amps me up even more is when the Spurs are playing well and winning. And it's not going to be a lot of that this year. The white flag is up. City Sissoko getting some playing time. Whoa, we got a City signing. Wemby's out again, Cashpool. He's out. But I know good times are coming. For us, for the team, it's just going to take a little longer than we planned. I legit stopped watching the game when they missed Vic open 5 straight possessions. You're not alone. Malachi Brown with a bucket. I was looking away. I actually missed 2 buckets. And it's garbage time. The Spurs are down by 20. We'll stick around for the last 2.5 minutes. There's no reason why Wemby shouldn't have another double-double. I agree. Daniel, he had an ankle injury the other day. As far as I know, he's fine now. Here we go. Lose 18 straight. Win 1. Start losing again. Apples and bananas. Unfortunately, you are correct. This will be, what, 3 in a row now? Yes, I'll definitely do the draft lottery again, Lance. Got to do a reaction to that. Absolutely. Definitely cover that again. That's a ways away, though. That's a long ways away. You know, Sissoko has a lot of things I like about his game. There are things he needs to work on, but he's young. Armando, I got nothing. I like to make a request. Can the Giants beat the Eagles on Christmas? It means a lot to me. Good luck. The Giants suck, Veronica. We're a mess right now. That gets sent a long time ago. Wemby should have a 15-shot. Yeah, did I see you guys say he had 7 shots tonight? Am I watching the Ravens-Niners on Christmas night? No. That should be a good game. Honestly, don't care. I will watch NFC teams much more than I'll watch AFC team games when it's not the Giants. Blake Wesley and City Sissoko, the aces and future backcourt of the Spurs. Alex, I don't know why he only got 22 minutes. Maybe he was on a minutes restriction because of the previous ankle injury. No defense. P-Will goes in and throws it down. Mr. Z with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. He says, hey guys, I just want to say that don't lose faith in Pop nor the team. They're young and learning, and Pop, he's old, but trust there's killer in that mind. I hope you're right, Mr. Z. Thank you for the super chat. It's been rough watching the team play like this year, and at some point you hope it turns around. Units French, yes, they have been playing bad. And yes, there's going to be a lot of Cowboys fans rooting for the Giants. You know what I say? Don't count on our team to win for you. Get yourself to the playoffs. Get yourself home field advantage. Win out. The Eagles are on a bit of a losing streak, aren't they? That's a nice layup for Chicago. That was AO driving in the paint. Why can't are they say L Josh? Are they saying that in the bowl stream? Why can't they find the 7? It's becoming like an epidemic. Like, how do they never see a Blake Wesley driving the paint, gets a layup, actually doesn't get blocked? Like, how do we miss Wemby all the time? Roger, I'm just saying. Have you seen the Giants play the Eagles the last few years? They own us. We suck against the Eagles consistently. Carter in the paint misses. Mama with the rebound. Ananta, that's a slight concern of mine too. Not gonna lie, and that would be one of the worst things to happen to the Spurs. The quiet thing was a disastrous situation. You don't want to see that happen with Wemby in a few years. A team tryout. Neb, yeah. We kept it close. We kept it to 7 points at the end of the third quarter, and the fourth quarter, the Bulls just started pulling away. Blake Wesley's out in the line for 2, missed the first free throw. We're used to it. Unfortunately, we're used to it. I hate to say it. It's content of the Northern Star. Trust in Tommy DeVito. Okay. Chicago ball. If the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, that would be... I would never hear the end of it on this channel. Offensive foul on Chicago. Pop's not going to get fired, Sandra. Pop is also the president. I believe is his official title, president of operations. He would have to fire himself. Don't see that happening. Steve Kerr's contract with the Warriors is up in 1 or 2 years, I think. Is Pop just sticking around until then? Brandon for 3, no good. Oh, we're finally coming to an end to this disaster. Yeah, Josh, we are used to it. I hate to say it. As a Giants fan, I'm used to, like, you guys are talking about Giants and Eagles. I am so used to getting smashed by the Eagles as the last decade. I don't like it, but Pop is too, yes, because with great power comes great responsibility. Spurs are going to dribble out this ball when they get it. They should. Should not take a shot. I should not have to change the score. And I won't. 114-95. It was close. And then the fourth quarter got us. We lost by 19. This is more awkward than when that time I was touching myself and looked at my cat. My cat was licking herself and we made eye contact. What the? Roy? TMI. I don't know what to say to that. I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight, though. I really do. I know I was talking about the channel's numbers being down lately. It is what it is. The holiday's not going to help, and I know interest in this Spurs team at this point right now might be lower than it was last year. It's really close, and I feel for the team. I feel for the fans. I feel for me. I might just go to bed and feel better about the game. No, I'm not going to do that.
Some people just...
Am I? No, not going to do that. All right, for the Bulls, Patrick Williams with 18, DeMar DeRozan with 21, Nikola Vucevic with 16, Kobe White with 22, and Alex Caruso with 8. Off the bench, Taylor 0, Terry 1, Phillips 0. Drummond had a nice game against us. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 5 steals, 2 blocks. Damn, Andre Drummond just rickrolled us tonight. Carter with 5, and Ayo with 11 for our San Antonio Spurs. Jeremy Sohan with 9 points. Keldon Johnson, inefficient night, 5 of 13 from the field. He had 11. Wemby with a career low 7, 3 of 8 from the field. He did have 5 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. But easily his worst game as an NBA player. Devin Vassell with 21 to lead the Spurs. And Malachi Branham with 13. Off the bench, Zach Collins with 14 and 9 boards and 3 blocks. Actually had a nice night off the bench. Mamu with 0. Champagny with 3. McDermott with 3. Osman with 2. Trey Jones with 9. Trey Jones, an uncharacteristic 5 turnovers. He had 2 assists, but he had 5 turnovers. Trey was really not himself tonight. Blake Leslie with 3, and City Sissoko put up all zeros. Played 3 minutes, put up all zeros. Not a rebound, not an assist, steal, block, turnover, foul, just all zeros. Well, Spurs are back Saturday night against the Timberwolves. Let's be honest, that's barring a miracle, that's going to be a loss. I don't know if I'm streaming that. It's a holiday weekend. We'll see. I'll make the decision Saturday. And because I'll also be up very early Saturday. Got a comic book thing to go to. I'll be up at 6 a.m. And I just might want to take the game off. It is what it is. hopefully things turn. Who do we got? We got Portland twice next week, don't we? So there's there's a chance maybe get a win or two next week. We got we don't have Minnesota Saturday. We have Dallas. We have Utah Tuesday next week. And we have Portland back-to-back Thursday and Friday. Portland is 7-19. They're not very good. So we can legit win one of those. Maybe even both. Who knows? But I'm tired, my friends. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so on the way out. And B-Town Breakdown! What's up, Bobby? Coming in right when I'm about to leave. Another Spurs loss. If I don't go live, thank you, Landon. If I don't go live Saturday night, hope you all have a happy, wonderful, incredible holiday, whether you celebrate that holiday or not. And that's all I got. So thanks for all stopping in. Jedi, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. But I am wrapping it up and calling it a night as it is after 10 where I am. And Portland's way better than San Antonio. We can win one of those. We can win one. We got to win one. And Wemmy needs to get Wemmy more involved, that's for sure, moving forward. So thank you, my friends. Until next time, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!